And to tell us more about what we can expect from the three-day event and how it will help to promote President Moon Jae-in's new Southern policy, Professor Kim Dong-yeob from Busan University of Foreign Studies joins me here in the studio today. Thanks for coming in.
It's great to be here.
All right, so considering that this is the biggest international conference that's been hosted under the Moon Jae-in administration, obviously there are many eyes on what would come out of these special summits here in Busan. So what can we expect in this regards?
I think that ever since our government announced the new Southern policy in 2017, I think until now we have tried to establish the visions, and I think it's a preparation period. But from this moment, I think this venue should be more concrete measures we should produce out of this special talk. And in addition, I guess one of the problems of our foreign policy toward the ASEAN was not very much sustainable. So I think in order to make our new foreign policy more sustainable, I think it should be institutionalized, the relationship between Korea and ASEAN countries.
All right. Well, what about North Korea? I mean, we know that North Korea has diplomatic relations with all of the 10 ASEAN nations, and obviously President Moon Jae-in has invited North Korean leader Kim Jong-un to attend the summit, but North Korea declined, saying that so hopefully understands the decision. So, but obviously the discussions on the ongoing peace process are going to take place here during the ASEAN summit. So what can we expect in this regard?
Well, regarding North Korea, I think we have tried so many things before. I think six-party talks and North Korea and US talk. But I think mostly those kind of effort was not successful. But we should move toward another measures to deal with these Korean Peninsula problems. I guess the ASEAN is a very good role to engage in this inter-Korean problems, because ASEAN is very strong in multilateral relationships. So we should ask ASEAN countries to make the more constructive involvement in Korean matters.
Well, now expectations are also rising over the first Mekong Korea summit that's going to take place on Wednesday here in Busan. So obviously this is going to be an opportunity for South Korea to evaluate its 10 years of Mekong Korea relations. So tell us more about this summit.
Well, I think this is very meaningful because the international relationship should be reciprocal and mutually beneficial. I think our country have a lot of trade surplus from ASEAN countries, and we have to respond their needs. And the Mekong countries, I think the ASEAN countries' biggest problem of the development gap in order to make the community, ASEAN communities. And our countries can contribute to solve their problems. Most of the Mekong countries, we call this CLMV, those countries mostly less developed countries. So we can share our development experience to those countries. So I think that will be a huge contribution for our country to ASEAN.
Now, overall, we know that President Moon Jae-in is meeting with the leaders of all of the ASEAN nations, leaders that are attending the summit in Busan. What can we expect from those bilateral meetings?
Well, bilateral meeting is very important because the ASEAN is, even though it's a community and it's one organizations, but it's loosely organized unity. So we have to make one by bilateral relations with each countries. I guess this summit we expect to make the FTA with Malaysia and Philippines. I think every individual countries we have to approach individually in order to make the relationship more concrete.
All right, let's hope for a good outcome from this summit. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you so much.